Welcome to the 3 p.m. live. Woohoo! Only a couple more days until Father's Day. I'm looking forward to it. And thanks to the Virginia show, great to see you in here and being my moderator. Love that. And let's get to it.
Quick disclaimer. Opinions expressed by Bill Doobie Variety Channel are for education and entertainment purposes only. Viewers are encouraged to further research this topic, so as not to be caught unprepared in the future. Feel free to leave any questions you may have in comments section below.
Always good to have a little bit of a disclaimer before starting up a broadcast because you never know what Uncle Bill's going to say. Let's have a little bit more word from our sponsor.
It's here by popular demand. The BDV shirt and the BDV merch shop. Not only that, we have BDV cups too. All sorts of merch. Check out the BDV Uncle Bill Doobie merch on any of the community walls of my channels. It's on Cook, Camp, Create, Critique, Climb, Lumosity, Thumbnail Hacks. It's on them all. I love you. Check out the link in the description. Also, it's maybe I'll put it down here. I don't know if I have the time.
And yes, I did have the time, so I put it down there. Always good to have a little bit of merch and a little bit of advertising because you never know when you might need a cup. And I always need one because my mouth is always dry. Let's get on to more exciting stuff. We got the weekend coming up. I can't believe it. Delmar Fair is still here and it's getting sunny and we're having nice weather in San Diego. Unfortunately, we didn't have nice weather everywhere in the United States, but we have a nice weather here, so we're happy. Now, time for the good news for June 15th. Guess what? The Delmar Fair is still going on. It's got all sorts of events, rides. The weather's great. It looks like it's not going to rain for the rest of the day, and that is always good news. The fair will be running all the way until July 4th. We also have the Father's Day. Father's Day is still going on. We'll have a little bit more about that later. And the summer solstice right after Father's Day, a couple days afterwards, and the official start of summer. Woo! I'm so happy that it's coming. Now let's get into the official good news from the Good News Network. I'm going the wrong way. Here we go. This is the right way. And I need some water because my mouth is dry again. From the Good News Network, a world record. Catch this. Can you imagine catching a fish, this long, maybe this long, maybe this long, just really, really long? Well, in Italy, on a drought-ridden river, a professional fisherman just recently had his dream come true. He caught the world record catfish, the biggest catfish. And guess how large this thing was? Not 1 foot, not 2 foot. It was so big that when he landed it, he actually worked at getting the fish far enough up on the land that he wasn't going to lose it. And he actually lost his boat down the river because he hadn't tied up his boat. He was so excited and exhausted and everything from catching this fish. 9 feet 4 inches long this catfish was. He had 10 people that witnessed him measuring it and everything else. World record by 4 centimeters. Now that's a big fish. Over in Italy, I think, if I didn't say it. Oh, June 14th, they also had a study in the Good News Network that was released about cancer and yoga. People who practice yoga 2 times a week during their cancer therapy were found to recover quicker and have less incidence of cancer coming back, provided they kept their yoga up. And that makes sense. I mean, body in motion is hard to, get as infected or out of balance, because cancer, a lot of people theorize, is an imbalance in the system, and I pretty much agree with them. I think cancer, due to inactivity, your cells, get malignant, and then because your body's not being active, might not necessarily get rid of them, and they might multiply, and then you have cancer again. It's not fun, and I recommend keeping yourself active. I mean, what more can I say? During my treatments for tonsillar cancer, that's when I got into a daily exercise routine, which I've maintained to this day, and I keep on at it because I don't want to get cancer again either. Amber, and let's see what town, if I can read my Louisville, Kentucky. You'd think I would remember that one, but Louisville Zoo in Kentucky has this orangutan, and you got to go on the goodnews.org. I think that is what it is, but goodnewsnetwork.org, and check out the video. And there's a video of the Amber with this couple, and they were showing Amber, the orang, what was inside their purse. Of course, there was glass between them and the orangutan, but the orangutan was like, showing them what to do, where she wanted, unzip the purse. The orang knew what was going on, and she pulled out this thing out of her purse with candy in it, and she pulled out the candy, and Amber, like, at first she thought, oh, she's afraid, she's afraid of the candy. No, she wasn't afraid of the candy. She wanted it, and she's like motioning them, come on over to my cage, come over here, pass me the. Of course, they couldn't do that, but it was so funny, and very human interest story. Now, unfortunately, also there's been a lot of destruction along the southern borders of the United States due to weather problems, and that was kind of interesting to see. And a new survey came out recently about retirement ages, and they found that people are actually retiring almost 1 to 2 years earlier than anticipated by past results. The expected age of retirement for a majority of individuals was 63.5, and they surveyed a whole bunch of people, and the retirement age among the survey was 61.5. So they're actually retiring earlier to hopefully a fruitful retirement, and that is good news. Being retired is kind of fun, and keeping active and engaged is even more fun. And now that you've had your news, we're going to go and do another segment after this, and it's going to be about Father's Day, because Father's Day is coming up, and what adult children can do for Father's Day. Stay tuned. Now time for Father's Day ideas, courtesy of the AI, for adult children, for things that they can do for their father, or gifts or whatever for Father's Day. 20 of them. We'll go over them. Photo shoot. You could have a photo shoot with Dad and have memories that last a lifetime. Professional photo shoot, of course. Then beer and wine tasting, that's the next one down. And my kids actually one year, my oldest and my youngest, both in their 30s now, took me to the Maritime Museum in San Diego. We visited the ships because they have them right on the water. And then we went to a beer festival just like they're talking about, beer and wine tasting. It was fun. Now we could also host a surprise party for Dad. That is a little bit interesting of a proposition for adult children, that because usually adult children, they've moved away and it's a little harder to surprise Dad in the older years. It can be done, and it has been done. Matter of fact, I think they showed up and did surprise me with both the Maritime Museum and the beer and wine tasting. I wasn't expecting them to be here. Personalized cufflinks and or tie clip, that would be nice, especially if your dad wears both of those. I don't these days. And then we have professional development courses, like say Dad might want to do photography or computer courses. You know, to get courses for Dad, that would be always appreciated too. And photography and language, I'm sorry. The computer said language. I went to computers because I like computers. Elaborate Father's Day getaway weekend planned. Plan one for your dad. That's another idea. And one that is a tried and true favorite of a lot of men is golf lessons or whatever other hobbies that your dad might enjoy. Lessons for that. Enroll in dancing classes. A lot of men like to dance. And then offer to complete long postponed home improvement projects, help declutter a space, things like that. Dads always love help. Help is a good thing to have, especially when your kids help you. Specialized schedule. My brain isn't working. Schedule regular calls or video chats together. This is for children that have live at a distance from their father or across town from Dad, because it isn't always easy to carve time out of your schedule, but it's easier to carve time out of your schedule for a phone call or a video chat. Gift membership to art museums or the zoo, things like that, and that is always good. And submit an essay to the newspaper or other publication with an article about your dad, all about it, for publication. That would be an idea. Pay for, and I don't know why the AI calls them experimental gifts, of skydiving and bungee jumping. And with me, it would be an experiment, because why would somebody want to jump out of a perfectly good airplane? I always wonder that. Now, bungee jumping, that too, because I've read about some of the safety problems with that. Get Dad a custom-made, tailored suit for a special occasion. Frame and gift a meaningful quote, poem, etc. that your dad might like. Sign up for virtual trivia. I've never even heard of a virtual trivia. I know trivia games, Trivial Pursuit was very big when we were growing up. And actually not when we were growing up, because I think I was already in my 20s when Trivial Pursuit came out. But it's a great game. My brother was the one who was better at trivia than I am. Create a family recipe book where everyone in the family contributes a recipe, or two or three or five, depending on the size of the family. That'd be a good one for Grandpa, huh? Speaking of which, soon. Purchase annual passes to national parks. Luckily, I've got a lifelong pass. Yay! I think you get those, well, it's long story. Someday when you catch me in private, I'll give you the whole details, but I have a national parks lifetime pass. I love it. Got it for free too. Help Dad set up an online business, website, or blog page. And lastly, have a joint writing project together with your dad. Maybe make a book, do a weekly post to a newsletter, whatever. And that is what the adult children can do for their dads to make their Father's Day more exciting and interesting. Now I'm going to turn it back over to this guy. And another thing that could always happen is you could always get your dad software if he's a software nut. All sorts of things that can be done for dads. I mean, dads really don't require much for Father's Day. A lot of us would just prefer to just go off and be somewhere. Uh, Restaurants are good. Going for a long walk is good. Getting some exercise and being around friends, that always is good. One of the things that I did this morning, which was good, was this is the last couple of hours. As a matter of fact, it's probably over by now because I think it ended at like 12 noon Central Time or something like that. AppSumo, which is one of my favorite places to go pick up software, uh, had a sale going on. And I'm a sucker for sales and long term deals and specials. Anything that works and does something that is useful to me, and just I got to turn this one off. There we go. Okay. Every once in a while, you forget to turn off your phone before a live. Great thing to have happen. Anyways, back onto the AppSumo. There was this rightstream.ai, which looked intriguing. I read up a little bit about it, and what I purchased for a little under $88 just now today was a program which, based on a prompt, just like uh, we have the prompt that I did for the Valentine's Day, um, the Valentine's Day. My brain went off a circuit for a half second there. Father's Day. For all the Father's Day ideas that you could do for Father's Day, writing an AI prompt is kind of something that takes a little bit of practice because it has to be so many words and it has to be a way that the AI can interpret it. It's not too much different than English. It is, matter of fact, it is English, but it's written in a certain way that you can get it to get what you want out of it. And this program is supposed to write longer format, actual blog posts and things like that, just off of an AI prompt. And I was like, going, hey, that's not a bad piece of gear to have. Now, one of the things with AI is same as if you had somebody else doing your work for you, you need to double check it. I'm finding that with a lot more tongue twister, a lot of the articles that I've read recently have errors in them, and really comical errors actually, because somebody didn't go and proofread it before releasing it. They just let either AI or somebody else write the article, and they said, I'll put my name on that. And that is probably one of the biggest concerns I have with AI. I'm not concerned with AI taking over the world. I'm not concerned with AI giving out my banking information or my social security number. The government already does a good job of that, anyways. So you don't have to worry about those things. But what you do need to worry about is, just like with anything else, is how good of a product are you getting out of your AI? And what exactly are you doing for Father's Day? Are you going to take your dad out to a club? Are you going to take your dad out boating? Are you going to uh, let your dad have his 2 3 hours worth of peace that he's been asking for a long time? So, and we go live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Thank you very much, The Virginia Show, for putting that in there, because sometimes I even forget. One of the things that I noticed is kind of comical, if you, when you're watching that thing, was I noticed that my little secret with how to get rid of glare off your face presents another problem. These guys, I need to get rid of them. I can't use them because they shred. I found that out the hard way afterwards. There wasn't enough time to fix that, but there's a little bit of cotton over here, a little bit of cotton over there. And I didn't see it because my monitor's only about yay big on the camera. And when you're a one man show, you're a one man show. And today we have two people running the show because it's live, and that helps out a lot. And a lot about YouTube is team building. And speaking of YouTube, guess what? They just made it easier to get monetized. I was told by my coach yesterday that we only need five, yeah, 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours in a 1 year's period of time. Now, that's a great thing to know about. And that makes everybody happy. That and candy or ice cream. I love ice cream. Can't eat as much of it as I want to, but when I was younger, I used to eat a whole half-gallon ice cream in one shot because I was a wrestler and probably burning between 5 to 8,000 calories a day, which was a lot of calories. 3,000. So everybody should watch this 3,000 times. Well, actually, if you want to get me there, you watch this. Let's see, it would be, this is a half an hour. So I need 3,000 watch hours. So one person could get me there. You'll be 110 by that time, but you could get me there. Mm. And this music that you hear, if you hear it at all in the background, is from, I want to say Yay Images, but that's my where I get my stock images from, Keyframe Audio. The joys of getting older is the fact that the words don't come to your head as fast as you want them to. I need a teleprompter for my brain so that my brain gets the appropriate words at the right time. What I'm using for tea today is, I don't know. Well, that was right in my keyboard. Hopefully, I don't short things out. One of the joys of having things all in the same spot. But, anyways, it's a lemon zinger tea that I'm drinking right now. Last time I did that was years and years and years ago in college. I actually shorted out a friend of mine's uh, calculator from which I wasn't too happy about. I had spilled a bunch of stuff on it and dried it out. And luckily, when it dried out, the calculator still worked. So saved me the cost of a couple $100 because back then, you know, a little add, subtract, multiply, and divide, and do a couple of functions calculator cost in the hundreds, not a, 20, $30. They were expensive back then. It was a lot of fun. It's amazing. Oh, yeah, I got most of the stuff out of this. This is my try. See, can you see the water on there? Yeah, I really did spill it on there. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm getting over it. What it actually is. Thank you, Virginia. I don't know if it's cold mixed with allergies or what, but it got me pretty good last week, and really solid on the congestion. Now today I've been able to get away without taking an antihistamine or the cough medicine, so I'm happy with that because with cough medicine and antihistamines, they both kind of dull your senses a little bit. Well, let's do a little bit of this and show this on stream. Yay! Over my cold. And just where are you all joining us from today? Because we could have maybe somebody up in the clouds will come and put their name, and well, you don't have to put your name down. You can just kind of put your city, state, and where you're from. Stream Alive. Yes, this is Stream Alive. And Virginia is in Streeter, Illinois. Is that where you've been or where you were born? That's kind of cool. I like that. Where are you joining us from? City and state. I love how this thing will just capture all that. Watchung, New Jersey? I didn't even know there was a Watchung, New Jersey. That's cool. The Virginia show. And one more? Oh, we do have one more. No, that was it. Right there and there. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Thank you to the replay crew. And have a happy Father's Day everyone one more day till the weekend. Yay! Tomorrow we're going to have things that spouses can do for Father's